Okay, welcome everybody. Today is October the 10th, 2021. And just a gentle reminder to anyone who filed an extension on your taxes, you have 5 days left. We're not going to talk about that tonight. Anyway, it's good to see everybody. Y'all know, like, the only person that would know that is people that filed an extension, right? Okay. Yes, Dolores. Jana, thank you. So don't be calling us on the 15th. We're going to be busy that day. Anyway, my name is Cleta Colson-Eyre. We are doing our Boss Babe call tonight. And so I'm really excited about being on here tonight. And I just got back from one of my Offspring directors, Janet Holloway. She had a little event. She had a pool party for some winners that she had a contest in September, and they earned the right to come over, and she had steaks and chicken and baked potatoes and salad and homemade desserts. And I'm like, man, of course, as her senior director, she gave me an invitation. And so I said, of course. So we went over there to eat. And so I just rolled in from her house, and literally, I was thinking, what am I going to talk about? And I know y'all think that I can just come up with stuff every week, which I do. But tonight, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I don't have a plan. So this is what came to me about literally 7 minutes ago. Okay. And so you may notice what I have on. And I have on my Mary Kay pen. Okay. So we pinned a new consultant at Janet's house a few minutes ago and gave her Mary Kay pin, and we did our little oath and, told her why we pinned it on the left side. You may not even know this, but we pinned it on the left side because over your heart, when Mary Kay gets in your heart, then, you'll be in it forever. And, just the things that we say when we have live in-person sales meetings and the things that we do, And so I just got to thinking about things we used to do that some of us aren't doing anymore, but we need to get back to it. So you may be brand new and you've never even heard of this because we haven't talked about it, but I thought this would be a good reminder for all of us. Okay. So I wrote down 8 things that we used to do, possibly, that we don't do as much anymore. Okay. So number 1 is to wear your Mary Kay pin or your Mary Kay name tag. When you sign up to sell Mary Kay, most of you, and if you haven't done this yet, you can go to MK Connections, go to In Touch, and you go to ordering, and then you look down to MK Connections, and that is a place. In fact, they just came out with a new book. I don't know if y'all got this. It's so nice, and all the new things they have in here. Honestly, I could spend $1,000 in here because it's like a printing company, all Mary Kay branded stuff. Okay. And it's where we order all of our Mary Kay, our gear, And so they have business card kits. It's called Business Essential Kits for new consultants, starting at $39. And so they have a full kit. You can get your business card, your stamp, labels to put on your product, your name tag. And so we always recommend our new consultants get that because honestly, I remember when I signed up, I thought, I really had never had a business card before. I mean, like, you don't get a business card when you work at the computer center at Harding University. They didn't go, oh, we got to get you some cards. No, I'd never had a business card. Any of y'all like that? You did not have a business card till Mary Kay. And so when I got the business cards in, I just remember thinking, I am a businesswoman. I have a business card. I just felt, even though I know we text our cards sometime, and I have a photo of my business card in my favorites, on my favorite photos in my phone, so I can text it because it's a great way for me to get their phone number. But it's just pretty cool to have a business card and get your name tag. So I used to always make it a habit of every time I would get dressed for the day, and I would wear a dress or a skirt because I knew I was going to be out doing some Mary Kay, and I would put my name tag on or put my Mary Kay pin on. And so let me tell you why you would do that. Okay. Because when you're out and about and you have your Mary Kay pin on or your Mary Kay name tag, and people, for one thing, is when they see your name tag, people read name tags. I mean, I don't know, but every time I go through Winn-Dixie or Publix, I go, hi, Samantha, how's your day? And I read her name tag. She probably thinks, creepy lady. No, but when you look at people's name tags, whether it says Roy or, whatever their name is, you read it. So when people are out and about, you're standing in line, you're waiting for whatever, people are going to look at your name tag. They really are. And so they may say, oh, you sell Mary Kay? which is kind of a dumb question if you have it on. I mean, obviously you would not be wearing this if you didn't sell Mary Kay, but it's really not a dumb question because they're just trying, they're interested. And you go, oh, I sure do. And I usually say, I sure do. Have you ever tried Mary Kay? And they usually say, oh, in high school, I used to wear that lip gloss. Or let's say I did years ago. I didn't even know anybody sold it around here. I mean, you'll hear all kind of stuff like that. And then you go, well, shoot, say I've been in for years, or, I just got in myself, or I love the product. I say, I'd love to get you some samples to try. And I'm talking like you're in the Publix line fixing to check out. Okay. And I know it says 6 feet away. Mary Kay used to have a 3-foot rule. So we're just going to say it's a 6-foot rule now. Anyone within 6 feet of you, you got to yell at them. But anyway, if you just go out and about and you have your pen on, it's going to put you more in a mind of, you want to look decent. Now, do not put your Mary Kay pen on a spaghetti strap top with Daisy Duke shorts on. Because if you want to put this on, if you look the part, okay? And that's really important because we want as a Mary Kay beauty consultant to have a little bit higher standard than just like going out in your pajama pants and having your Mary Kay pen on. Okay, so don't do that. Put something nice on. I mean, I remember when I signed up, I had it on with a really cute sweater and a pair of jeans. And my consultant said, Cleta, you don't wear your Mary Kay pen unless you have a dress on. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. This is so dumb. I mean, I only wore dresses on Sunday. Like, how am I going to wear my pen? But anyway, I finally got what she was trying to say. You want to look like you are at work. It would be like a doctor wearing his doctor name on a Nike t-shirt and shorts. Now, why would he do that? That's dumb, right? So think about what you have on. And I'm not saying I'm not the Mary Kay police. And if I see you with a Mary Kay pin on and a cute sweater and some jeans, I mean, I'm not going to say anything. But for me, myself, I probably would not wear my Mary Kay name tag or my pin unless I had a skirt on. That's just the way we grew up in Mary Kay. But so that's number one, is start wearing your pin out. Number two, when you're out and about doing other things, let's say you're at you're at the ball game or you're at whatever, maybe it's too hot or too cold or whatever for a dress and heels and all that kind of stuff, you still can be branded. Okay. And so Mary Kay actually sells some really cute Mary Kay shirts. Look at these. I really like this new one right here. Isn't that really cute? It's in the new book. And so you could get a couple of these little Mary Kay shirts. And I know a lot of you have gone to Mary Kay retreats and stuff where you had a t-shirt from a fall retreat or whatever, and it has Mary Kay on it. You know what? Instead of pulling on an Under Armour, putting on an Under Armour shirt or a Nike shirt or whatever shirt, grab your Mary Kay t-shirt, put it on, because guess what? It's advertisement. That's why they put Blessed Things on t-shirts, for you to advertise. That's why they put the swoop on there, because everybody knows that's Nike, right? So if you have some Mary Kay shirts like that, look cute, put your makeup on, all right? And wear your Mary Kay shirt out, because that, again, is going to show people, you're in the company, and it's going to what's the word? Conversation. It's going to help me, Jana. It's going to encourage conversation.
Spark a conversation.
Spark a conversation. It's going to spark conversation. Thank you. Okay, number 3. You may or may not do this, but every time I don't do it, I get caught. Okay, so you want to keep some books and some samples in your car, and really you want to keep some in your purse even. Okay, if you have a little tiny bitty purse, it doesn't work, but if you have a decent sized purse, put a couple lookbooks in it. You may want to put them in a little Ziploc just so they don't get gross, because you do not want to give somebody a gross lookbook with flipped up corners and a little bit of ketchup on it or whatever else is in your purse, right? But you can I keep a Mary Kay bag, and then I have lookbooks in there. I have some miracle set samples, some repair samples. I have some recruiting literature in there. And I will tell you, I can't even tell you how many times that I said, let's say, and I know some of y'all do this, especially some of y'all with a Mary Kay car, but even if you don't, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I'll sit out there in my pink car, and I'm just, I'm at the post office and I'm mailing I'm making phone calls or looking at my text because you're not supposed to text and drive anymore. What's the deal with that? That wastes so much time. I have to stop. I'm just kidding. Okay, so anyway, we used to text and drive, not like we would do it with the numbers. I'm like, a D was like the 3 one time. So you go D, like I knew them like that. Like you could text with the numbers. Anyway, that's old school. So anyway, I'm in the car texting for a few minutes. It's comfortable. The air conditioner's on, and I'll have people come knock on my window. Hey, you sell Mary Kay? I'm like, yep. And they go, you got a book? They always say that. You got a book? I said, I sure do. They said, you got any samples? You got any free samples? I'm like, I sure do. And so I'll get my book, I'll get a sample, and try to get their name and number back. And I'm prepared. And if I'm not, it always just bites. Like if I just like go, oh, and they're like, you don't have a book? It's just bad, 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 right? Here's the thing. I know a lot of you got old lookbooks from the spring. It doesn't matter what book you give the lady. I promise you, it could be winter, spring, summer, fall. Put your label on the back of it or stamp it with your stamp, put them in the car and just say, I got 25 books in here. My goal is to give all these out somewhere this week. Okay. And one idea about that is you just take it, put your stamp on it and go into dentist and doctor's office and leave them on the waiting room tables. Just leave them there. And, you'll be surprised. People flip through it. You may put a couple business cards in the middle of it and you might get some business. Because what do you do there? You're sitting there bored as a gourd, waiting. And you don't really feel like looking at all those health magazines. So you get your Mary Kay book right there, right? So there you go. Okay. Number 4 was number 3 was to keep books in the car. Number 4 is to keep the career information in the car as well. Okay. So what do I keep on that? You may ask. There's a lot of things you could keep, but I like to keep just like the company, because the stuff that I make up myself and print out, it looks pretty cute, right? But the company brochure is a professional piece of recruiting literature. Everything in here is approved by Mary Kay to give out, right? So there's no claims that we should not be making. It's 100% like a great brochure to give out. So I usually have these in there. These are called Steps to Success. You can buy them on section 2 under team building. There's also one that has that I did print out, but it's from the company that has this right here. The Start Something Beautiful Starter Kit option. This is from the company. So it's perfectly fine to print that out. So these are the things that I have in the car, because you never know when you might meet someone. Maybe you're even on vacation, right? I can't even tell you how many people that are national sales directors, and they tell us they got recruited on vacation while sitting by the pool, and by a director. And so be prepared is all I'm saying. Be prepared. I always load all the stuff up to the hotel room, and I'm like, I am bringing my whole blessed starter kit and I'm on vacation, but I hate to not be prepared in case I meet my next recruit, right? So keep some recruiting information on you. Okay, number 5 is to use the 3-foot rule that Mary Kay used to say. When you're within 3 foot of anyone, ask them, have they ever tried Mary Kay? And we used to say, like way back in the 80s, we'd say, have you ever heard of Mary Kay? Well, duh. People heard of Mary Kay. After 58 years, people have heard of Mary Kay. So say you just said, have you ever tried Mary Kay? Or I wonder if everyone's ever offered you a Mary Kay sample or a goodie bag, And so now we have to say, the 6-foot rule. So like I say, you're going to have to yell at them a little bit, especially if you got a mask on. You got to yell at them through your mask. They might say, go away, lady. But anyway, maybe not, right? But there are times where you are beside people, okay? And, even with this last 18 months, people, they still do want to talk to people. We've all got out of the habit of speaking to people because of this. And it's like fear of people. Stay away from me, But y'all, we got to get over that. We have to live life. We have to get over it. Okay. So I want y'all to start talking to people again. So that's one of the things we have got. And I say myself, I just got out of the habit of chatterbooking. Brad calls it chatterboxing. And Mary Kay, we used to call it warm chat. They say, what warm chat? Because, other businesses, they call it cold calling. That's just where you call random. You call, because they know that they talk to a certain number of people that they will get a yes. And Brad and I were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We go by this place that has timeshares. And I'm like, I knew I shouldn't have walked in, but the girl was so nice. She was dressed so nice. And something made me go in there. And I thought, don't do it, Cleta. But there I was. And then I could not leave because she went through the whole spiel. And of course, I had bought a timeshare before, and then I had to get rid of it. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, she goes, well, we would just love, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a sales director with Mary Kay. And Brad goes, well, I work for the city. She goes, oh, we have a special gift for people like you. And I said, and Brad goes, people with jobs. And she's like, she knew she'd been busted. But anyway, she said, we would like to treat you to breakfast in the morning. And if you could just spare 45 minutes, and we'll treat you to breakfast. And we just tell you just a little bit, show you our property. And, I said, listen, I said, I've actually had y'all's particular brand of timeshares, and I'm just really not interested in that. But I said, but you've done such a great job in your presentation. She goes, here's the deal. We know we have to get 14 no's before we get a yes. So you can just come and be one of my 14 no's. I thought, man, she's good. You know what I'm saying? So what have we been saying about Mary Kay, about getting the no's? And I almost said yes. And normally, honestly, if I had not already been there, done that, I would have said yes to get the free breakfast. But what I am saying is we do have to go through just talking to people again and offering our business card, or offer a goodie bag. One of the things that we used to do is we would have a little sample in our bag that looked like a little gift, and it had we used to do a little curly ribbon just around a little, not some big, huge thing. You don't have to do that. It could be as simple as a color card in a little goodie bag with a ribbon on it in your business card, just that little, or a hand cream or something like that. But it doesn't have to be, just a color card is fine, honestly. Anything that you have, look what you have and put a little curly ribbon on it in your business card. And say, you know what? I just try to give out 5 of these cute little gifts out to the 5 nicest people I meet every day. And you've just been so nice. Do you mind if I give you a little gift? And so I know you may feel like, oh, people are not going to take it. People are going to take it. They will take it if you look decent. Now, like I say, look like a Mary Kay beauty consultant. Don't look like a hag when you're doing this. And you know what your hag is. Everybody's hag is different. I know what my hag is. And I definitely would not be handing out Mary Kay samples like that, So number 6, is when you meet someone new. And, during the week, there's always chances for you to meet somebody new. If you want to. Now, you can go through your whole life and never talk to anybody, never introduce yourself to anybody, and you never meet anybody new, but if you open your eyes to possibilities of who you can meet new people are everywhere. They're at the church you go to. There's new people that I know at my church, and I've gone there for 20 something years. I look over there, we have 3 sections, and I sit in the middle section in the front. So I don't even know. I sit in our church's Central Avenue Church of Christ. And I said, I sit at North Central in the front, in the middle. I said, I don't even know the people that are in the Southeast section or the Southwest section, but there's new people that you can meet every day when you're out and about. Even if you're just like someone's filling the salad bowl out at the Smoking Pig, and you say, well, how are you doing today? Sayla's super good at this. She's always, just so friendly and speaking to people. But get in the habit of speaking to someone. And if they're not at work already and there's somewhere else, like church or at a ball game or somewhere else, say this. Instead of saying, how are you today? Say, oh, well, you can say how you're, but just say, you know what? Tell me what you do. What do you do? And they'll say, oh, whatever they do. I'm a teacher at da-da-da-da. I'm an accountant. I'm a nurse. I'm a this, I'm a that. Okay. And then you go, oh, that's so interesting. And you probably will find some kind of connection with whatever they do. And then a normal, nice person will say, well, what do you do? Right? Normally, that is what they'll say. They may not. And if they don't, you can just insert, but most of the time they will. So instead of saying, oh, well, I'm a teacher also at so-and-so, or I'm a whatever you do other than Mary Kay, say, oh, well, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked. Say, I actually own my own business. I'm a beauty consultant with Mary Kay. Have you ever tried Mary Kay? Okay. And say, well, and yeah, I also teach school. I mean, but I'm just saying, you're not trying to book people to be students, right? You're not trying to book people to go to that school. Your job is to book people for Mary Kay. So you want to get the Mary Kay in there more than the other job, right? So I want you to think about that next time you meet someone and be proud. We say proud to wear the Mary Kay jersey. Okay. So remember to do that. Okay. Number 7 is put something on your car that shows that you're Mary Kay. Mary Kay sells these stickers. They're they're not bumper stickers. They're on your glass, so they come on and off. But anyway, it just says Mary Kay, enriching women's lives. And they're like $2 on the Mary Kay sales aid, and put that on your car so that someone may see, like if you drive a Mary Kay car, obviously it says Mary Kay on the side. But with that, at least they would say something, they might say something to you and say, hey, I see that you got a Mary Kay thing. Do you have a book? That's what they're going to say. Or Mary Kay also sells a few things that are really professional and not gaudy that you can put on your car as well. Isn't that nice? Okay, so these are like car things right here that you can get. And they just have your name and your website on there. We used to put our phone numbers on there, but people are shying away at that a little bit and they're just putting their website. Although, you can find your phone numbers on the website too. But I'm just saying, I think that's a little bit better. It's just to put your name and your website on there. Do y'all see how that is? And there's lots of different choices of how they look on there. You can also do this one. See, it says Deborah Jones. It's a back car sticker. And I've done that one too, which is really nice. So those are some options on the MK Connections that you can do to advertise your business. Okay, it's for advertisement, and you're in your car all the time, right? And so my friend Deborah Bishop, now what she used to do is she would get out of her car, and then she would take it would either be a Mary Kay car. It was always a Mary Kay car for her, but then she would take her business cards. Okay, that's what she would do, and she would put them all on the outside of her car, like boom, 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 on the driver's side window and the passenger window. And she'd go to the grocery store for 2 hours or Walmart or wherever. And she'd come back and some of them would be gone because people would go, oh, there's a Mary Kay car there. And then they see the card and they take it. Y'all, I'm telling you, like I say, now I know some people might feel funny about that, but you may even have, like those project broadcasts or Scipio numbers that are not your real number, but they're your Mary Kay number. That could be an idea on there too. So, or get some cards that don't have your phone number, that just have your website, your name and your website. So that's an idea as well. But, okay. Number 8 is, all right. And I'm saying this to myself as well as y'all, decide how many days, if you do Mary Kay full time, okay. Or even if you don't, but if you do Mary Kay full time for sure, decide how many days that you will commit to get up and put a dress on. This is stuff we used to do, right? That we don't do as much because we're not going as many places. But honestly, the world is happening around us. So decide how many days you'll get up and put a dress on and leave your house and go do something to interact with some people. Because you can meet new people from your computer, because you can maybe go to Facebook and do some instant messaging and things like that. But don't get all the way out of the habit of human interaction, people. I mean, seriously, we have to get ourselves back into the real world. Are y'all with me on this? Directors, consultants, do y'all agree that we got to get back to talking to people and being humans again, right? And so I know it's going to, and listen, I do know it's harder for some than others. I know it's going to be harder for some of y'all than other people, but you got to take baby steps, because some people have totally stayed in, and some of us have, we're out. So you just have to decide, but you know what? You're never going to start unless you start. So start going out at least a couple times a week. Look like your cute Mary Kay self. Do you have to wear high heels that hurt your feet? No. You don't. Find you some low heels some low shoes that look nice. That's fine. I have feet problems. So I have to just decide, I'm like, please, just look up here at my face. Nothing down there, nothing you need to be looking at. So, it's okay to wear low shoes. But, decide, and you will feel more like a Mary Kay beauty consultant if you take a little extra effort, put some Mary Kay attire on. And I see some of my people saying, I do that. I wear Mary Kay attire all the time. And good for you, Kristen. That's on our YouTube chats over here. And so, it does make a difference. And here's the thing. When you dress up right now, it's going to make more of a difference than it did 2 years ago, because the whole world has gotten casual. The whole world is in pajama pants. I mean, they're in flipping pajama pants everywhere you go. So if you actually went to Walmart with a dress on, do you know people are to Kohl's or to the mall, whatever, people are going to go, what? Wonder what she's doing. Who's that? Where are you going? And so, I think that you would have, and you're going to have a better interaction with people if you do start talking. So just test me out on it, is all I say. Test me out on the theory, because it is going to make a difference. And so even if you say, Cleta, now I wear jeans every single day. I don't know about that. Just do it one day a week. One day a week, put on a dress, put on your Mary Kay, your pin, and try to think, well, I don't have anywhere to go. Well, you know what? Do a list of the things you've got to do this week. And so maybe you have to go to Walgreens to pick up a prescription. And maybe you got to go to the grocery store. Most women have to at least do that, right? And maybe, you have to go to the post office. So pick a day that you're going to go and do some things like that. And on that day, make a little extra effort to look like a Mary Kay beauty consultant. Go out with your pen. Be prepared. And if it's your first day, don't beat yourself up if you don't even meet one new person. Just don't. You got to get back in the habit of it, you guys. And I just really feel like if you start making efforts, then people are going to be drawn to you. They really will be. They'll be drawn to you. You smile at people. You say the first thing, how are you doing today? Life treating me good? You look so beautiful. That color looks great on you. I love your earrings. Where'd you get that bag? I like that top. I mean, now I say this stuff in sincerity. If I don't like their top, I'm not going to say I like that top. I'm not. If I don't like their earrings, I'm not going to mention their earrings, but I can surely find something good about everybody, right? Look for something good in somebody and do a sincere. Mary Kay used to teach us this, a sincere, genuine compliment goes a long way. A sincere, genuine compliment. And so just say, I'm going to go out today and I'm going to have my 5 little goody little treat bags. And, right now is a great thing that we used to do during October. And we would call it our little trick or treat goodie bag. And so we have our little bag and say, hey, I got a little trick or treat bag, and say, but it is a little trick or treat bag, and it's going to be a treat for you. And it's a trick of how to look younger and make your eyes pop. Okay. And you just give it out, right? So that's a cute idea just to do and say, I'm just going to go and give this to 5 people. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to go to the places I got to go anyway. Lord, please put some people in front of me that I can talk to, and then go out and see what happens. Go out and see what happens. Okay. Okay. Those were the 8 things I have. I'm sure y'all can think of some other things. All right. So I was just thinking about that, what we have to do to get back to human interaction. Because like today, when I went over to Janet, she had 4 or 5 of her consultants there, and we just had a great time and talking and laughing. We didn't talk about Mary Kay the whole entire time. Honestly, what we talked about most are funny things that happened at a Mary Kay events when we go room together. And Janet always has funny stories because she's funny, so she always has things that happen to her that make us all laugh. And so, but the new girl there, she was Kim. She was like, Janet said, well, did you have a good time? I know we didn't have a lot of people. She goes, I had the best time. And she felt like she knew us, and we all bonded, as Mary Kay sisters. We also discussed some ideas that she could do to get started and things like that. And they're going to have a party, a real live party. Oh, I know. Real life. They're going to have a party. People are doing that, y'all. So don't think that no one's having parties, because they are. They're really sitting down and having makeovers. So we just tell ourselves nobody wants to do it, but they really do. Okay. So I want you to think about that. All right. Okay, so that's my little spiel. And I'm sure as I'm sitting here, some of the directors are thinking of some things. So I would love y'all to share any kind of tips that you have. One of the things that I was just glancing on here and Christine said, always have a sales ticket and a pen, even, because you'll find people that come up to you and say, hey, I need to place an order. I didn't know anybody that sells Mary Kay. I need an eye makeup remover or whatever, She said the cleaning lady at the bank called her from a book she left one time. And Latrice said the largest computer screen she's ever seen. What now, Latrice? I need to figure out how to change.
You were talking about taking your starter kit up to your room, but you also take your laptop and your screen and everything.
Oh, yes, I did. Okay, I did. I have this Mac, and it is like a 36-inch Mac, and I took the whole Mac. I mean, like, I thought I might need it, so I take my whole entire computer up to the beach. Hey, we used it though. So, okay, you guys. So I'm just going to start off with Selah, and you guys just unmute and anything else you'd like to share.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, just this morning on the way to church, we stopped at the coffee shop or the little Circle K to get coffee. And there was a lady that was in front of me and she had a uniform on. And I said, how are you today? And she said, oh, I'm great. And then she started talking about these slides that she had on. Well, I said, where do you work? She said, oh, I work at the prison about an hour from here. Anyway, we talked and we walked outside and I wound up giving her my card. And she said, I think I've met you somewhere before. Your name is so different. Anyway, we stood there and talked, and I've got an appointment with her later this week. And so really and truly, it is not difficult. I mean, I was just standing there and my husband said, well, you just started talking. I said hello. And she started telling me about the reason she had those shoes on instead of real shoes. Anyway, I didn't know her, but people are willing to talk if you are and you make it really easy. And the other thing I used to give out a lot are I would get these little organza bags and put cotton balls in there, and I would tie a business card to it. And I have passed out thousands of those, and no lie. I mean, I would spray it with some of our perfume that I liked, and I would just go out and say, hey, I'm spreading Mary Kay cheer. And honestly, one lady took one day and she said, whoop, she put it right down in her bra. She said, I've been smelling good all day. And the next time I went through the next week to check on her. And she said, oh, yeah, honey, I got that right here. It was right there. She had taken it out and put it right beside her cash register. So anyway, to me, that part of the business is so much fun. But anyway.
Thank you, Selah. And you're one of the best ones I know that does it. And she always looks like a million every single day. Okay, Janice, you want to go next? I'm just going to go in the order I see y'all up here.
Okay, so guess what? When you don't look $1 million and when you look $1 million, people treat you differently. Mm-hmm. And, maybe we think we treat everybody nice and the same. That's a lie. Because when you got somebody so I just went to the gym with my husband this morning and we stopped at the grocery store right after. I was a hot mess, literally hot mess. And so we're just at the grocery store and I'm the same person though, like all the time. Like, I'm like, hello, hi, how are you this morning? And like some people were not responding at all. And I told my husband, I said, when you look hot, you're off. People respond differently. They just do. When I'm looking like my Mary Kay self, people respond differently. Something else that I wanted to share with you, something that I'm really excited about that I've been reading is a little bit of head stuff for you. Just a couple of quick tips. Okay, so like this book that I'm reading, Go for No. You guys, I love this. He put it on here. He said, some people think of themselves as, here I am, here is failure, and on this side is success. I'm wanting to go towards success. That's the direction that I want to go. That is incorrect thinking. Okay, so you need to think of it as, here I am, here is failure, and here is success right after it. Okay. So it's just like talking to those people. You have to talk to the people before you reach success. You have to get the no's before you get the yeses. Okay. So think of it as not thinking, because he said in here, it was really good. Most people get to the sign marked failure and they figure they're heading in the wrong direction. They turn around and head back home. I mean, seriously, who has ever done that before? And they think that success must be back the other way, but it's not. It's straight ahead. So make sure that you're thinking correctly. And so move forward, go talk to those people, and you're going to see success from that.
Thank you for that. I love that analogy. And Mary Kay, Ash taught that, fail forward to success.
It's so good. And it's so simple. Look, it's like a minute long.
Janet, we just may have you sit there and read the whole book to us one night.
All right. Sounds good.
What did I read that one night, Sayla? And I went on and on. I'm like, what am I doing? I read something that was pretty lengthy. And later I thought, I don't even remember what it was. Anyway, okay. Maureen, you want to go next, girl?
Yes, thanks so much. So I love when we go for dinner, especially just recently, we were at Buddy's Pizza in Novi, and our waitress was hustling. Like, I thought to myself, I would love to facial her. I would love for her to be on my team. So I whipped out, because I pre-do our Pampering Packages. You can't see it, but it's right here. I always have these in my purse. So they're thin, they look big, but they're super thin. So you can just slide it right in your purse. And I didn't even ask her about her skin. She was really busy. So I did get her phone number though. So I love doing that, because then whether she gets on a virtual or we can book her for an in-person, no problem either way. At least I have something to offer her, and she's got all these goodies in there anyways, right? And the other thing I love doing is sometimes we get groceries delivered from Instacart. So I always have a ping pampering, and I talk to her for a little bit, thank her for doing my groceries and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of get to know her for just like seriously 20 seconds. And then I say, I have a gift for you, and I want to thank you so much, and I want you to pamper yourself today. And then I tell her a little bit, and they always love getting these things. And I usually get their phone number. Now, sometimes it's not 100%, because sometimes people look at me cross-eyed, but they still have a gift and they still have my business card. So anyways, those are my little things that I love to do.
And they want to know what all is in your little packet. You know
Before
how
they
we
take it.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us what all is in there.
Oh, sorry. So what's in here is an event guide, so they know what they're doing with it, because I don't want to hand anybody samples without them having instructions. So we've got the TimeWise 3D Miracle set in here, and I do have it. I do know if it's normal to dry or combination or oily. And then the Microdermabrasion Plus set is in here, and the charcoal mask, and a little note, and my business card. And that's about it.
And your Facebook group is on there.
Oh, and my Facebook group. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. There it is.
Yeah, there. I can see it now.
Yeah.
So cute. That's a great idea.
Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Zoom. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. And it's basically what we send out, these little pampering packets that we send out when we're doing our parties, the same thing, so that's really nice.
Oh, and a beauty book. There's a beauty book in here.
Okay, perfect.
Because that pull out. So if they do come on a virtual and not in person, I really want them in person, but on the virtual, they'll have the set sheet.
Yeah.
So there's something in there to close them with. So they have something.
That's a great idea. That is a really great idea as far as inviting people to your parties each week, is have some of those and say, I am personally going to hand out 5 of these with the information on Facebook to get on, and have the set sheet. You're going to save yourself $1 for having to mail them. And and you actually met the girl. So beautiful. Thank you for that great idea.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, Sharon, would you like to share anything?
Thank you, Clete. I was just thinking how pretty you looked to have just come home from a party. Like, it does look so pretty. She dressed up and she's wearing her pin. And oh my goodness. I thought one thing you didn't mention that I miss a lot is the Mary Kay Enthusiasm song. So I was thinking maybe you might want to sing that with your next group, because it does make you feel happy and excited. And I just remember we always started our meetings with the Mary Kay Enthusiasm song.
Yes, we did. So here's the thing about singing on Zoom. Somehow people, you know those Zooms that they have all these singing groups that are all singing in harmony.
Right.
Girl, that's not like they have a professional to put that together. But anyway, if you don't know what that is, Sharon is very right. We used to always start every meeting with a little song. I've got that Mary Kay enthusiasm, and it's an old church song, so it's got the Mary Kay enthusiasm up in my head, up in my head, up in my head. I got the Mary Kay enthusiasm up in my head, up in my head to stay. And then we go up in my head, down in my heart, down on my feet, all over me. So Mary Kay Ash used to lead them. And we used to say, I don't know how I used to do all over me, but Mary Kay does it like this, all over me, all over me. So that's how I do it. But anyway, she loved that song. We used to always start every meeting with that. That is a great thing, Sharon. And you can't be in a bad mood after doing 4 verses of Mary Kay enthusiasm.
If people didn't know how to do it, they just joined in.
That's right.
It was
You're absolutely right. Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay, Christine, would you like to add anything?
Okay, well, for me, I like to involve whatever goal that you're working on. So like right now, we're working on the Scotland trip for 650,000. And so I have these little unicorns that I'm coloring in because unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. And so I'm coloring. Yeah, who knew? Crazy, right? And it's just fun, and I like fun things. And so I have 90 little unicorns and 60 shares and 90 faces. And so how I get the new prospect or the new customer involved is I ask them their favorite color, and then their unicorn becomes that color. And so it kind of connects them to the goal a little bit. And so I tell them, is there any reason why we couldn't borrow your face and your daughter's face? And so I just love warm chatting like Selah. And so that's one way you can talk to new people and kind of link it to whatever you're excited about.
I love it. Thank you so much. For those of y'all that don't know Christine, she is my Marisha, which is Marina and Misha, my beautiful adoptees, their sales director. And so welcome.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Latrice, you want to go next, sister?
Yeah. Okay. I used to do this and now I'm going to do it again. It's putting, instead of candy in every trick-or-treat bag, you could put candy for the kids and put something for the mothers. And you can write on the back of your card, or you can stick it in a little goodie bag and say, there's no trick here. It's all of a treat for you, and put some samples in your business cards. So you don't have their name, but it's a great way to get your name out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure. I love that idea. And I have done that before. And the little kids will come up. I'll go, here you go. I go, now give this to your mama,
mm-hmm.
Or I don't even ask them. I just throw it in their bucket. And when they get home, of course, they might chunk it. I should say, I threw something in there for your mother. So, you are going to have some neighborhood kids that come probably. Right. And so be prepared. Just get a few of them. And hey, here's the thing. Let's say you make up 25 of them and only 3 people come, according to where you live, right? I have had to eat all the Halloween candy myself. But let's say it's the next day, it's November. You're like, so you got them all in your purse. So you got to get rid of them ASAP. Say, I had these ready for my trick-or-treater moms. And so I had some left over. I would love to give you a treat for your face, a little trick for your eyes, or whatever. And so you can get rid of them, right? So thank you on that. Okay, Loree.
I love what everybody has shared, and you're right. Selah is the absolute best at warm chattering, and I love going with her because she just makes it fun for me too. We have had some good times, and I have actually learned so much from going with her. So she's awesome, and I love the book that Jana talked about. I'm like, oh, I've got to pull that off of my bookshelf and read that again, or at least scan through the things that I highlighted on it. So, so many good tips. One thing that I will add for October and go ahead and be getting it ready for Halloween is, like she said, what I do instead of just putting it in the bag. Of course, where I live, nobody comes. We've got a long driveway. We're way off the road. I don't get trick-or-treaters, but I have a good friend that lives in a very upscale neighborhood, and they do a huge Halloween thing in their yard. They have, I mean, they decorate, they do a big deal. And so like their house is the house to go to. So the moms usually stay at the driveway and send the kids up to the front. And so I station myself at the end of the driveway. And so I actually talk to the moms while they're going and doing it. And I have a little bag. And but what I do on those bags is I do it like a raffle. It's like text your number. And in each card, when I make it up, I just number them. Like, I don't start with one. I start with like 100, 101, 102, 103, or whatever. And I'm like, text me your name and your number, and 1 and 3 will win a free lipstick. And so I get their numbers automatically, and then I can use that to book them for a virtual event and, you know, give them a free gift or something. So that has worked really well. And I've got some really good customers from doing that.
That is a great idea. I really like that. 1 and 3 will win a free lipstick. And so the ones that don't win, you call them anyway and give them a deal, free whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good deal.
So they all get a makeover.
Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Let me just glance through here. I think I got all the sales directors. Well, are there any of the consultants that would like that have something that came to your mind? You're like, this is something I do, or this is something. You know, if any of y'all, we would love to hear an idea from y'all if you have something that you do or something that you're thinking about, since we got a couple extra minutes. Yes, no, all right. Okay, so here's the deal. You know, today's the 10th. So we have actually 21 days before the end of the month, 3 whole weeks. Don't you love the months we have 31 days? I know I do. So we have 3 whole weeks to make it happen this week. Last week, what did we talk about? Anybody remember? No, because it was last week. I don't even remember. No, we talked about recruiting. Remember that we all were going to get some team members. Remember, we're going to share the opportunity and we were going to get no's. We're going to look for no's, right? Look for those 30 no's. So this week, you know, I want you to think about what could I do to advertise my business in a legal Mary Kay way. Because, you know, there's some things we can do and some things we can't do. But Mary Kay provides all the tools right here. Anything you buy in here is Mary Kay legal, right? Anything you buy in here. Anything you post from Mary Kay, it will show you that you can post it on your group pages and things like that. And some will say, only post this on a private group page. But if you just think this week, what can I do to promote my business? Because, you know, this month is called Power Up Your Social Selling. And so I don't want you to just think about social media. I want you to think about being social again. Like, be a social person again, right? And be out and about and actually, actually talk to people, be friendly. And, you know, I had a guy at Smoking Pig the other day. I know y'all are laughing. You know, I'm in South Georgia. We have places like Smoking Pig. It's the best barbecue place ever. And this guy was filling up the salad bowl things. And he came up to me. He was filling up. He goes, "How are you doing today?" And I said, "Well, I'm just doing mighty fine. Thank you for asking." I said, "I'm doing mighty fine." And he goes, "Well, that's good." I said, "And thank you for asking." He said, "Well, you're welcome. I always like to make sure people are doing good, you know." And so then I had my salad. I was fixing to go back to my seat. He goes, "Hey, I got something else to tell you." I said, "Okay." And he had a mask on because you have to wear a mask at the restaurants. And his mask said Jesus. And he said, you just keep letting God shine through you and your smile and your eyes. He says, and listen, I got one more thing to tell you. He goes, don't take on other people's problems. He goes, they can have their own. Don't take them on. I said, all right, then. And I'm like, so I sat down, Brad goes, was somebody being mean to you? And I said, he goes, what was that guy saying? I said, that was between me and him. But anyway, why did I even say that? Oh, yeah.
And all of YouTube now.
Yes, all on YouTube. So it's about being social to people and speaking to people. They are not invisible. They are not all sitting there with a disease. Now, y'all know why I had to say it. They don't look at people like they're fixing to give you something bad. Look at people like that could be my next Mary Kay customer and my next friend. Okay. And I want you to really think about that this week. So if you're doing a Mary Kay live this week, you know, like you're going on your group page and you're going to go live and do something like a Mary Kay party. Remember those that we used to do? Okay. I think that is the greatest idea Maureen had about actually handing out samples to get on your live thing that week. Because sometimes you've asked your own customers that you already have 10 jillion times and they're not getting on there. So why don't you go meet some new people that'll get on there, right? I think that would be a great idea. And I'm just see about meeting some new people this week. Gloria Mayfield Banks, way back when, she had a video that she did, or it wasn't even a video, it's on cassette tape. And she said, okay, the first few days you go out, she goes, you just have to smile at people. And she, of course, she's really dramatic. All of y'all that know her, she goes, then just, that's it. Just smile at them. She goes, they may think you're stupid, but like, even when you're at she'd be driving, she goes, even when you're at the red light, just look over there and smile. She said, then later, the next week you smile and go, how you doing? Then turn. You don't even have to talk to him. Just speak and leave. She said, then by that third week, maybe see if they got something to say back to you. She said, because I know it's strange for people to talk to strangers, especially when your mama said, do not talk to strangers. And we're saying, go meet a stranger, right? So, here's the deal. You pray about your business. You pray God puts the people in front of you that you would be a blessing to, they would be a blessing to you. And then when you see somebody, you'll know. I say the Holy Spirit will say, you ought to go talk to her. Don't be afraid. What is the very worst thing that she could do? What is the worst? She could say, no, thank you. That's it. No one is going to slap you, spit on you, or anything. And stomp your book and go, I hate Mary Kay. Get out of my face. Nobody is going to do that. Okay. So the very worst thing they do is they could say, no, thank you. Okay. And if you're friendly, and sometimes they've told me no, thank you. And I said, girl, they say, I'm sorry. No, thank you. I'm not interested. I say, that is fine. I said, listen, just go out and have an awesome day. And I'm okay because I got to go to the next no, right, Jana? Because I just got closer to a yes, right? So I'm like, get excited. In fact, you want to say, thank you for telling me no. I was trying to get a no, and I knew you'd give it to me. Bye. No, I'm teasing. Don't do that. Don't have a bad attitude. Wrinkles to you. No, you say that when you get in the car by yourself.
That's right.
Anyway, so let's go have a challenge today to really be more social this week, okay? And you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week. If you're in my unit, stay on here, or we're doing our unit meeting or my group. If you're on YouTube and you want to jump on Zoom, go to our page, you can get the Zoom so you can be on our unit meeting. Okay. So everybody else, we will see y'all next week. Thank y'all so much for your contributions today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Y'all can always count on y'all.
Enjoyed it.